Yo, what is good, everybody, man? And today I wanted to start talking about this NBA draft lottery that happened yesterday or 2 days ago. Um, and as y'all all know, the Dallas Mavericks got the number one pick, which is crazy from all that has gone down this season with the Luka trade to the Lakers. And I've been seeing a lot of conspiracy theories, and let me tell you, Nico Harrison did not trade Luka to get the first overall pick. Because that trade for Luka, if you can't account for AD, Kyrie, and basically that entire Mavericks team getting injured. Because if that team don't get injured, they don't end up with the 10th seed that they got now. They don't get that high of a shot to get the number one pick, and they're not getting it. What I can't see is something else that I've seen is that with the hate and fucking death threats that Nico Harrison been getting, that the Adam Silver was like, hey, let's get Dallas something else to like line it up there, cause man, them Dallas fans need it more than them Wizards fans right now. But what I find crazy is that this year all the top tanking teams dropped a lot. They dropped like 3, 4 spots, like Charlotte, the Jazz, the Pelicans, the Wizards. Like they all didn't end up with the top three pick because the top three picks are teams whose record is way worse than what the team is. You got the Mavericks, which are at least a top eight team when you have Kyrie, AD, and all that the entire team available, probably even higher. How they were looking that first game with all of them. Then you have the Spurs who missed Wembanyama for half a season, which would definitely have put them in the playing spot if they kept him. I think when he was out, they were like in the eighth spot or something. I might be wrong on that, but they was in the running still. They also shut De'Aaron Fox down with like 2 weeks left, so that's also something. And then you have the Sixers at the third pick, who obviously missed a whole. I think they had like 13 games where their big three played together of Maxi, Embiid, and Paul George. So if those guys are all healthy, they are at least a top six team in the East, at least. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. I like this for Cooper Flag because, man, I'm sorry, but I don't want to see Cooper Flag go to Charlotte or the Wizards. I want, bro, come on, man. Look at what the people that's at Charlotte, bro. That team has no structure, no culture, no identity. It looks like it's just a couple of kids put on a team, right? So you need that structure, and I feel like Dallas gives more structure to these young players. Same with Victor going to the Spurs last year. I thought that was real good too, because you get a great run organization, and we're already seeing how that's paying off. So I want these um, hyped up prospects to go to good ran teams, bro, not the Wizards or the Hornets. With that being said, I don't know if Dallas. I'm excited to see what Dallas does. I think they should keep the pick, but obviously, if you can get someone like Giannis for that pick, you have to do that, man. Cause I think the Bucks are looking for a full reset. So if you can get like Giannis or something with that pick, you should do that. But with that also being said, I don't mind if they don't because Cooper Flag is the future, and they said they had like Dallas had a 3 year window, which 1/2 years are out of already with that Kyrie injury. So now getting Cooper Flag would extend that window for a whole another decade if he pans out what people think he's going to be. Also, you get him if you can get Cooper Flag on a team with the most skilled player of all time in Kyrie, one of the best shooters all time in Clay, and one of the best defenders to never win DPOI, Anthony Davis. I think they could learn. He could learn so much from them, to which he can become such a better, even better player than just going to Charlotte, right? And there's not that. If now that he will go to the Mavericks if they draft him, he won't have that that pressure on him to be this number one scorer, like like what we expect, like what they expected LeBron coming into the league. Now, if he's going to the Mavericks, he can cool down, get into his role, learn from the vets, and just he's already going to be one of the better defenders in the league from what I've seen. So if you can just grow in that, it'll take off some pressure off him. So I think the Mavericks should keep the pick and draft Cooper Flag. I think Nico Harrison gonna get even more threats if he don't. Then with the second pick, the Spurs. I think the Spurs should trade their second overall pick because just you already got De'Aaron Fox, you got Stephon Kessel. If you now, all I think the second pick is Dylan Harper, right? And he's a guard too. It's Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey. I don't know which one of the two, but it's a guard. And the Spurs don't. They already get that guard core, and you also have CP's old ass, who's probably gonna stay there at least another season. So I feel like they could probably trade with that pick. Cause I keep switching them up. Either if it's Ace Bailey or Ron Harper. No, not Ron Harper. Dylan Harper. The guy that's projected to go second was in the running to maybe get ahead of Cooper Flag for the first pick for some time. So that means he's also going to be a great prospect and the pick will hold a lot of value. So maybe the Spurs have been a designation to which Giannis has been linked since he said he's ready to explore other options. So I think if you compare Giannis with Wemby and Fox, I think you got a killer squad, man. Surround them with some shooting and some depth. That's gonna be a great killer squad, man. And then the Sixers, man, I think the Sixers need to. I've been thinking about this, man, and I don't know. Should they run it back? I mean, it's gonna be hard not to run it back with the value that Paul George is holding right now. It's not a lot. I'm sorry, Paul George. Your contract is horrible, and you haven't been playing the Austin Reeves contract right now, bro. And he's on a great contract. Like, he's not performing to his contract, which nobody. It's like the Zach LaVine from like a couple months ago. Nobody really wanted to trade for him. Of course, the Kings traded for him, but hey, that's the Kings. So, it's gonna be difficult. I think they should keep the pick. No, yo, what I mean is they should definitely keep the pick, but I don't know if they're gonna like wanna run it back with Embiid, or look if Embiid maybe goes somewhere else. Cause I think a lot of Philly fans are tired of the whole process with Embiid. I love Embiid. I think he's one of the most skilled players in the NBA when he's playing at his best still. Like last season when he was averaging more points per game than minutes. Only player to ever do that besides him was Wilt. Now obviously his season was cut short. I think he only played like 30 or 40 games that season. But that's besides the point. If he can get back to that form, he's he's still one of the top players in the league, man. So I'm excited to see what all three of those teams do. They got a lot of decisions to make. And man, I just feel for those bad teams. But on the other side, you can't keep being bad and drafting bad. Because then we're just wasting these young players, man. So yeah, we shouldn't keep rewarding these teams and keep giving them the first overall pick and then them panning out not to do anything with it. So what else did I want to talk about? I also seen the Bulls and the Mavericks had the same record, but because they do a coin flip and then the team that wins the coin flip gets a 1.8% chance on the first pick. The team that loses gets a 1.7. So, and Dallas got to 1.8. So the Bulls were basically a coin flip away from having Cooper Flag. Now, obviously, if they win that, if they win that, what was I trying to say? They were saying like, hey, if No, say they have that win that coin flip. That doesn't mean that like there's too much going into that, which makes it like yeah, like come on, bro, you can't just say that because like you know what I'm trying to say, man. So what else am I looking to? I'm excited to see what the like lower rank players like I'm trying to see like second round players like AJ Mitchell this year and like Tamani Kamara, like Quinton Post, like my guys, like my European guys coming in strong, man. I'm ready to see those second round picks take over, so I'm definitely gonna be watching some film on them. And yeah, man, what do y'all think about? Do y'all think they rigged this draft? What do y'all think the Sixers, Spurs, and Mavericks should do? And man, let me know what your favorite team is in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Peace.